Throughout time, people across the world told each other tales of how they came to be, of heroes and monsters, romance and tragedy, death and rebirth. Mythology helped shape the ancient world, explaining the unexplainable. This is Mythology Unleashed. For thousands of years, the sea has long been a place of mystery and fear, with legends abound of creatures and monsters that live beneath the waves. But what about the rivers, lakes, ponds, and other bodies of water that are landlocked? There are some that stretch for miles across continents, and there are some that are thousands of feet deep. And within and around many of them exists a diverse and unique array of wildlife: fish, birds, mammals, amphibians, reptiles, and microorganisms. As countless ancient settlements were erected within reach of fresh water, a plethora of legends of strange beasts and monsters lurking within rivers and lakes arose throughout the world. Some unique and beautiful, others dangerous and carnivorous, and others that simply wish to be left alone. This program will discuss a handful of the most famous monsters of rivers and lakes. Our first creature is perhaps the most famous lake monster in the world, the Loch Ness Monster of Scotland. The Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie by locals, is often depicted in art as resembling a plesiosaur with a long serpentine neck, a horse-like head, 4 flippers for traversing the water, and a powerful rudder of a tail. The earliest written account of a monster living in Loch Ness comes from the biography of Saint Columba, the man credited with introducing Christianity to Scotland. In 565 CE, Columba stopped along the shore of Loch Ness when he saw a large beast about to attack a man who was swimming in the lake. Columba raised his hand, invoked Christ's name, and commanded the monster to go back with all speed. The beast complied, and the swimmer was saved. Over the next 1500 years, countless alleged sightings of the creature have been recorded, and more than a few false images and elaborate hoaxes have been created to garner fame and fortune. The hunt for the Loch Ness Monster continues to this very day, with monster hunters ever eager to prove once and for all that it may be real. Lurking within the 125-mile-long Lake Champlain, nestled between New York and Vermont, and extending up into Canada, is Nessie's American cousin, Champ. Champ's appearance varies from story to story, sometimes resembling a plesiosaur or basilosaurus, and other times a large serpent with horns. Stories of Champ lurking beneath the lake's surface have been told since the emergence of the lake from the Champlain Sea over 10,000 years ago. Abenaki and Iroquois people residing in the Adirondacks told stories of a man-eating lake monster called Gidaskog or Tataskok. In the early 18th century, Abenakis warned French explorers about disturbing the waters of the lake so as to not disturb the serpent. Samuel de Champlain, whom the lake is named after, is often erroneously credited with being the first European to sight Champ, but readings of his accounts show that he saw something near the St. Lawrence River instead. Purported sightings of Champ continue into the modern age, from an 1819 account of Captain Crumb to photographs and even video in the 21st century. Champ, whether a cryptid animal or mythical creature, is celebrated throughout Vermont and New York as a mascot for local businesses, children's books, and even sports teams. From Aztec mythology comes legends of Ahuizotl or Ahuizotl, a unique creature among aquatic mythical monsters, and a fierce guardian of lakes and rivers around Tenochtitlan. It has short waterproof fur, small pointed ears, a smooth body and black tail, at the end of which sprouts a hand, much like that of a human being's. The bane of fishermen, and any person or animal who gets too close to the water's edge, the creature would latch onto its victims using its tail, and with uncanny strength, drag them to the watery depths, drowning them, and eating the remains, having a particular fondness for the eyes, the teeth, and the fingertips. The Ahuizotl had two methods in which to lure victims to the water. The first method entailed emitting a wail akin to a human baby's cry. Another, more magical method would cause all of the frogs and fish in the body of water to jump to the surface, enticing fishermen to the water's edge for the creature to eat. Though the Ahuizotl was greatly feared, the Aztecs believed that those who fell victim to the creature would be welcomed to Tlalocan, a beautiful, paradisical afterlife lorded over by the water god Tlaloc. Many people believe that the legend of Ahuizotl came about from misidentification of a river otter or some other aquatic mammal. But to this day, Ahuizotl is said to be out there, existing as a cryptid in isolated waterways throughout Mexico and Central America. Many monsters said to lurk within inland waters have a cautionary origin, acting as a sort of boogeyman to keep curious and misbehaved children from getting too close to the water. In English folklore, those cautionary aquatic monsters were the water hags. Though they are referred to by a host of colloquial names, and may differ in backstories and hunting methods, even appearance, they all resemble human women, wild as can be, and all having a fondness for human flesh, namely, that of children. Nellie Longarms, true to her name, reaches out from the depths with her gangly, sinewy arms, and snatches the unsuspecting, and drags them down to eat. The green-haired Peg Powler of the River Tees is said to lure victims into drowning in her river, from children to lustful men. In the Yorkshire and Lancashire areas lurks the Grindylow, a smaller and more bestial-looking variation of the water hag, having a more fish or squid-like appearance, but is no less dangerous to people. Jenny Greenteeth is said to be the same color as pond algae, allowing her to camouflage seamlessly with her surroundings, and increase her deadliness as a hunter. No matter their name, appearance, or just what their sinister intentions are, England's water hags have scared generations of children into staying away from murky waters. Our next creature comes from Aboriginal Australian legend, the Bunyip. Called a plethora of different regional names, the Bunyip is a large water monster said to haunt swamps, rivers, waterholes, billabongs, and other freshwater bodies. Descriptions of the monster's appearance vary greatly, with some saying it has mammalian features similar to a seal or a wet dog. Others giving it reptilian features, like a crocodile or an aquatic dinosaur. Feathers, fins, tusks, claws, beards, a duckbill, a horsetail, a single massive eye, and a stomach-mouth have all been attributed to this bizarre creature. Whatever it looks like, bunyips are universally stated to be of a ravenous appetite, attacking animal and human alike, though having a preference for women and children. Its hunting methods are believed to be similar to that of a crocodile or a leopard seal, swimming silently up to its prey before ambushing them, dragging them screaming into the water, and tearing them to shreds with its terrible teeth. Its loud, blood-curdling cries echo all throughout the outback, sending fear into the hearts of all who hear them. Truly a terrible creature, though some legends claim that it was sent by spirits of the Dreamtime to punish evildoers. A number of possible origins for the Bunyip legend have arisen. Some believe the legend was a case of mistaken identity, perhaps elephant seals or leopard seals, both large aquatic carnivores with formidable teeth that make a lot of noise. Or a saltwater crocodile, an aggressive aquatic carnivore recorded to have killed people, could have begun the legend. Others surmise that the Bunyip legend stems from ancient encounters with now-extinct megafauna. But there are also many who believe that bunyips are real animals, hiding in the outback as a cryptid, with sightings of it reported every year in southeastern Australia. Deep within Lake Okanagan in British Columbia is said to lurk Ogopogo. Ogopogo's legend is rooted in stories told by both First Nations peoples and early European settlers who lived in the area, calling it various different names and describing it as a large serpent measuring up to 50 feet in length and as thick as a tree trunk, dark in color with smooth eel-like skin, and a pair of horns upon its head. Despite its great size, Ogopogo is capable of moving at great speeds, undulating vertically in a series of humps, and using its powerful tail as a rudder. Some say that Ogopogo is a peaceful creature, a benevolent spirit that protects the lake and all the creatures that live in and around it. Others say that it is a volatile beast, quick to attack any person or capsize any boat that it sees, even littering an island within the lake with the bones of its victims. While others believe that the Ogopogo is a case of mistaken identity of sturgeons, or of groups of otters swimming together. Whatever the truth may be, the popularity of Ogopogo's legend has been incredibly strong, acting as a major source of tourism in the area, with hundreds of alleged sightings having been reported over the years. The Kelpie is a malevolent water spirit believed to inhabit every lake and stream, and a death omen if seen. According to Scottish legend, Kelpies usually appear in the shape of a beautiful horse, but may also assume the form of a hirsute man or a beautiful young woman. The standard form taken by a Kelpie is equine. A clue to its true identity is its mane and tail that are perpetually wet, even on a very dry day. As horses, they appear on lake shores and riverbanks, grazing peacefully, and they lure travelers to mount them. Once the rider has mounted, they are mystically attached to the Kelpie, who will then plunge into the water and drown the hapless victims. Once their victim has lost their life, the Kelpie tears them apart and eats them, aside from the liver. When in the form of a horse, a Kelpie sometimes has a magical bridle. Should a person gain hold of the bridle, they gain control of the Kelpie. But Kelpies are not horses. They are spirits and capable of performing many magical functions. However, should anyone force a Kelpie to do something against its will, they risk being cursed and meeting nothing but misfortune in the future, which may include ending up as the demon's meal. Deep within the jungles of the Congo come stories of Mokele Mbimbi, a massive creature with a long neck that resembles a sauropod, or a long-necked dinosaur, such as Apatosaurus. The Congo Basin, where its legends originated, is flush with dense vegetation, making it hard to properly search for it, while making it easy for a large beast to hide. According to the legend, Mokele Mbimbi dwelled in deep, scarcely explored swamps and river systems of the basin, and often hid in the caves carved by the waters into the clay shores and sharp bends, providing the creature with sanctuary from prying eyes or potential predators. Though allegedly a shy creature, the dinosaur-like cryptid is said to be highly territorial, launching immediate attacks upon canoes and other vessels that enter its waters, and ruthlessly dispatching their crews. The perplexing aspect was that the bodies of the unfortunate victims were left untouched, as if the creature had no interest in consuming them, though this may have been because of its dietary preferences, feeding solely on vegetation found within its habitat. Our final creature hails from Japanese mythology, the legendary Kappa, an amphibious demon described as having scaly or slimy green skin, a monkey-like face, webbed digits, and a turtle-like carapace on its back. Additionally, the Kappa has a distinct cavity on top of its head, called the Sara, used to carry water. Though small in size, roughly the size of an adolescent child, the Kappa is nonetheless a dangerous creature, with immense strength, and a talent for sumo wrestling. The character of a Kappa can change from mischievous to honorable to dangerous. Such antics can include drowning humans and animals, drinking their blood and eating their livers. But not all Kappa are menacing, as there are stories of honorable Kappa assisting mankind being just as common. Should a person need to rid themselves of a Kappa, a number of methods exist. First, Kappa must have water in their Sara. To empty it weakens the creature to the point of death. Kappa, being very honor-driven, if you bow before one, it will return the gesture and empty its Sara, and leave it vulnerable. Second, their favorite foods are cucumbers and eggplants. Should a person carve their name and that of their family into the vegetables and throw them into the Kappa's lair, they will be protected. Other methods include detaching its limbs, defeating it in combat, using iron weapons, using sesame or ginger, or repelling it with flatulence. The rivers, lakes, and inland bodies of water are countless in number, and all with their own unique fauna. Yet with the aid of human curiosity and imagination, rivers and lakes would become home to a host of legendary monsters and unique beasts. From famous cryptids like Nessie, Champ, and Ogopogo, to cautionary horror stories such as the Bunyip and the Water Hags of England, to strange beasts like Ahuizotl and Mbimbi. Whether or not these legendary creatures are truly out there, lurking in lake depths or beneath a river's current, they have for many centuries piqued the curiosity and stirred the imagination of countless people all across the world.